Alan H. Gardner, book, never translated into English, never came from France, coming from the Hieratic Papyrus, Chester Beatty Papyrus, book in French, called Abduction Extraordinaire. Abduction Extraordinaire in French. You have to go to France to get it. Never came across the Atlantic. The Egyptians, quote, let's see, what sounds better, this? It does, okay. The Egyptians, quote, because I still talk loud either way, so it don't matter. Shit, my mama talk loud. Egyptians, quote, above Kemet, abnormal people. Above Kemet or Egypt, abnormal people. Below Kemet and Kemet, normal people. Abduction extraordinaire. Goes on to say that the Egyptians was made mockery of when they married outside of their race. Let's go on. Nag Hammadi Papyrus, dug up 1945. There's a book called the Nag Hammadi Library. Translated, James Robinson, who is the editor, 25 translators. The Papyrus, the Apocryphon of John. They say that on the earth there was the original spirits and counterfeit spirits. The counterfeit spirits are separated from the original spirits by one single essence, melanin. The word essence is another word for melanin. Get the movie Dark Crystal. Took them 5 years to make it. You thought it was a child's movie. The Dark Crystal. Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal. They talk about the essence, and they drain the essence from the original people called Nephilim, but the Nephilim are called the Nephilim. The Nephilim in the Bible is also called the Nephers. And the Nephers is the same as the Netters. You got Netter, you got Nephilim, the Nephers, which mean those who came down. We'll go into this stuff. It's all translated. Nephilim and Nephers and Netters. You get Nephilim in the Hebrew version. You see. Let's go on. Let's see. Hermetica. Walter Scott. Walter Scott. Hermetica. 1935. In the chapter, Asclepius, who is Imhotep, Greek Imhotep, quote, the Egyptians, quoting, our biggest problem is we created another race of men. There you have it in black and white. The Hermetic text wrestled out of Library of Alexandria on into Greece, on into Rome, and on into Europe in the 1600s. Right in black and white. Let's go on. Man, we can go on and on based on that. Let me give you an origin of how this thing went down on this creation thing. The Egyptians and the pre-dynastic Kamites were dealing with the royal art. What is the royal art? It's the highest form of the Egyptian mystery system called the Black Rites of Osiris. The Black Rites of Osiris. You'll see that mentioned in the book, The Sirius Mystery, Robert Temple, 1976. You'll also see the part of the Black Rites of Osiris, G.R.S. Mead's book, Thrice Great Hermes, G.R.S. Mead's book, 1907. In there, there's a chapter called The Black Rites of Osiris. Also, Robert Anton Wilson's book, The Cosmic Trigger, 1978. The Black Rites of Osiris. What is the Black Rites of Osiris? The Black Rites is dealing with alchemy. Alchemy is the highest form of the mysteries in ancient Kemet, the royal art. Alchemy is the study of melanin and the study of the philosopher's stone, which is melanin, and precious stones outside of the body. In the body, the same stones are the precious stones. Alchemy consists of taking your soul and transmutating it to a new reality or a new form from the original form called Christos. Christos, a word that is separated from a word that the Europeans took out of existence about 400 years ago, called Chrysomelos, or Chrysomelos. Melos meaning black. Also means apple. Apple has what? Melanin. Melos meaning black. Christos. Chrysomelos means black Christ. Took it out of existence. The group of people, some pre-dynastic Egyptians, a renegade group of black people, broke away from the priesthood, dealing with alchemy, dealing with gene splicing, transmutated an original person, and instead of transmutating the soul and the spiritual part, they transmutated the physical body using various animal DNAs like pig, ape, dog, and human DNAs, and came up with this genetic creation known as the damn white man. Despite we thinking that they ran albinos out of Africa because there's an albino dominant and an albino recessive. Most albinos are albino dominants, which means they can have black people. So that means they return back to black anyway. Despite them, like Francis Crest saying they ran out of Africa, the incubation place of this gene splicing or cloning was in the caves. Makes sense. Isolation in the caves. You see. Ernest Scott's book, People of the Secret. When was this? Somebody asked that? Somebody asked when was it, didn't they? Then okay. Anyway, let me get this, let me break this down. If you study the scriptures, the Hermetic scriptures, especially Thrice Great Hermes, by Hermes is the Greek Tahuti, by G.R.S. Mead, it clearly states that in those Hermetic scriptures that they say we came from the antediluvian world, the world after the deluge, after the flood, or before the flood. So they say that these texts go back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So therefore, this whole Atlantean thing that they're talking about, first of all, the word Egypt just means Cam, which just means black land or black people. And it has several names: Alchemoria, Lemuria, Atlantis, Terra, Chemomoria. First of all, the word, these texts go back thousands and thousands from the antediluvian world, the world after the deluge, after the flood, or before the flood. So they say that these texts go back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So therefore, this whole Atlantean thing that they're talking about, first of all, the word Egypt just means Cam, which just means black land or black people. And it has several names: Alchemoria, Lemuria, Atlantis, Terra, Chemomoria, Camomoria, Timeri. But this Atlantean thing is just basically the same place, because we